Well, certainly there is great room for sorrow, for weeping. I would anticipate that at Dottie Norquist's memorial service tomorrow, there will be tears, and there will also be laughter, happiness, and joy, and these things are mixed together in the Christian life. So it's not that it's wrong to ever be sad, but the people who work amidst the most suffering in the world, and one of those was Amy Carmichael, who went to India and worked with sexually exploited girls, rescued something like 1,000 of them out of that life, brought them to Jesus, gave them an alternative, not somebody who was, and suffered a lot herself. The last 2 decades of her life, she was mostly bedridden. And here's what Amy Carmichael said: there is nothing dreary or doubtful about this life, the Christian life. It is meant to be continually joyful. We are called to a settled happiness in the Lord, whose joy is our strength.
And she has a right to say it.
Exactly. And then you look at what Jesus said, and did Jesus know something about suffering? Of course. You will be sorrowful, he said, but to his disciples, but your sorrow will turn into joy. It's interesting because it's not simply you'll have sorrow and then you'll have joy, but your sorrow will be turned into joy. And it's kind of suggestive of what Revelation talks about, how God will wipe away the tears ultimately from every eye. Ask and you will receive, he said, that your joy may be full. Okay, so if we were to say, why should you pray? How many of us would come up with, well, one of the reasons we should pray is that so that our joy will be made full. Well, that's what Jesus said, and he knew. And what did he say in John 16:33? I have told you this so that you might have peace in your hearts because of me. While you are in the world, you will have to suffer. So there's no denial of suffering that's going on here. This isn't health and wealth gospel. Believe in Jesus, follow him, and everything will go great. You'll never have any illness, or if you do, it'll immediately be taken away, and you'll be wealthy and happy all the time. Now, that's nowhere in the Bible. But Jesus said, you will have to suffer while you're in this world. One day that suffering is going to come to an end. But cheer up, but one day you will have reason to cheer up. Cheer up now. Cheer up. I have defeated the world. Not one day I will overcome sin and death, though he surely will, and we will experience the fullness of happiness. But I'm giving you the down payment. You can front load to your life now, or you can take from the future and bring it back to where you live today, the realities of eternal happiness in the presence of Christ. If you are born again, if you have confessed your sins and given your life to Jesus, eternal happiness awaits you. Cheer up.